It's afternoon, at least where I'm at. This is Matt Fox, and I'm in Rostock, Germany, and I'm coming to you live. Just so you guys know, the things that I got to talk about today are very, very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. And I just want to know, to my American friends and family, and everybody who's supported Donald Trump through the years, have you guys had enough? Have you guys had enough? The stupidity, the criminality, the corruption is just off the charts. Off the charts. All right, so let's get into it. Like I said, I'm Matt Fox. I'm coming to you live from Rostock, Germany. It's looking pretty wet today over here. Wherever you guys are at, I hope you got some decent weather and that your families are safe and that you are ready to hear the truth, because that's what I'm going to tell you right here at Matt Fox on the Tube. So let's get into it. So, number one, Ukraine has got a war going on. They've had this war going on for years. And Volodymyr Zelensky and the guys over there have been holding it together, towing the line, and making some serious headway in their attempt to push Russia out of their nation. And, in war, it's a terrible thing. People die. But when it comes to war, countries are supposed to attack only military facilities or things that have some sort of a government nature, right? So, but Russia, they don't care. Russia don't care. Russia is bombing apartment buildings. They're bombing hospitals. Hey, what's up, Chandra? Yeah, so Russia don't care. And my friend Chandra here is, Chandra, I'm from Los Angeles, California, but I'm in Rostock, Germany, all right? And you, my friend, probably, can I guess, India? You said good evening, so I'm thinking India. So President Modi over there, or Prime Minister Modi, has tried to deal with Putin on a number of occasions, and that's really not so great, you know what I'm saying? Because the fact is that the money that India gives to the Trump administration, excuse me for a second, I gotta plug in my computer. The money that India gives to the Putin administration goes into the costs for him to renew his ammunition stockpiles, or for him to renew his planes, or whatever, the things that he needs for the war, right? So maybe not so good. Modi is also somebody who is trying to get this nation together. And so, yeah, I'm American. That's right. Straight up. So, like I said, this war's been going on way too long, right? And for the people of Ukraine, it has been a long-fought war. And if you watched my podcast from a couple of days ago, you will know that I have called the end of the Ukraine-Russian war to occur within the next 2 months. I'm hoping that is true, because the Ukrainians are doing what they have to do, and everybody who is involved in that war is losing. I'm talking about the amount of grain that was sent to the African nations before. I mean, Ukraine was a big supporter of other nations. Even after the war has been uh, taking place, they have done what they could to help other nations, even as they're at war, right? So, but I'm going to get into that a little bit later. Let's talk about the President of the United States. Now, this guy had Volodymyr Zelensky over there for a visit, and the President of the United States, along with his political hacks that sat in the room when he came to visit as in the Oval Office, they attacked this dude. They attacked this dude. They talked bad to this dude. They told him he didn't have the cards and this and that and this and that. And then they made fun of him or talked bad about him because he wasn't wearing a suit, talking about he was disrespecting the office as a president. Well, let me tell you something. Donald Trump has built a big ass thing on the grounds of the White House. They're supposedly going to be doing a UFC fight there. Um, but I'm thinking God is not going to let it happen. I'm just thinking God is going to send a purge of bees and mosquitoes and all sorts of bugs to make this thing go south. And maybe the weather also might be a factor. And so I'm hoping that thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, it doesn't cost anything. All right, do that, man. Get in and get your real truth about what I'm seeing, what I investigate, and the things that need to be talked about. If you are from American or if you got an American citizen, then you need to write your congressman or your senator and let them know that you are very displeased and that they should push Article 2, Section 4 of the Constitution. So this president has done this and so much more. And that, my friends, is where he is disrespecting the office of presidency because it's not just him. There's other people too. I mean, these meetings that he holds in the Oval Office where he lets his cabinet members all suck up to him and glaze his big old butt, you know what I'm saying? I've never seen any other, I mean, I can only imagine that happens in North Korea. You know what I'm saying? Only in North Korea. So, but nevertheless, Donald Trump did this last year with his birthday, wanted to throw a military parade, and practically, you know, what, maybe 10,000 people showed up, maybe 20,000, I don't know. But it wasn't a big thing. And it was very, very embarrassing. Embarrassing for Trump, embarrassing for the cabinet members, embarrassing for the world, because it shows that Donald Trump is not the type of leader that should be in the position he's in. So, and let's discuss his wonderful wisdom, his wonderful wisdom, how he chose just the right people for office to get into his cabinet and stuff. So, 3 girls gone. Christianome gone. Stupid. Used government funds, millions of dollars to shoot commercials. Who knows how much money they pocketed? I'm telling you, they're stealing money from the government and thereby stealing money from the American public. That is taxpayer dollars. So, right after that, who do we have after that? Lori Chastarema from the Labor Secretary. She and her husband and her father were all called to the mat for different things, for drinking on the job, for sexual relations with staff members, for hitting on staff members, for she even told the female staffers there to suck up to her father and to her husband. So I mean, this is the type of stuff that's really unbelievable. All right. Um, in regards to the next one, Tulsi Gabbard. Now, Tulsi Gabbard's been known to have done work for the Qatari government, and she is now out as the DNI, that is Director of National Intelligence. Thanks, Mike, for your comment, and give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. So, nevertheless, these three women all pushed out of their positions, and their replacements are just as trash as the picks themselves. But each and every one of these individuals was shown to have utilized government funds unnecessarily, illegally, and who knows how much they pocketed while they were in their positions. I mean, you and I, if we have a job in America, there's a few things that if we do, I mean, we're out of there. They throw you right the frick out. You know what I'm saying? So, but in America, if you work for Donald Trump, apparently you can sexually assault your staffers. Apparently you can drink on the job. I mean, look at our uh, Department of War fucking guy over there. This guy had to go before Congress in order to get accepted to go into his position to say he would never drink again. Although he was drinking on the job when he was working at Fox and was shown to be a drunk. So now we have the situation with Kash Patel, head of the FBI. Head of the FBI, shown to be drinking so much that he's, knocked out in his office, sleeping or whatever, and possibly having his colleagues so scared that they wanted to call the people to come and break the door down and stuff. I mean, this is really some strange shit going on in our government. Have you had enough? That is a question. You need to stop sitting there and ignoring this shit and thinking, oh yeah, that's just normal. You know what I'm saying? Quit it. Figure it out for real, man. All right, so besides the alcoholism going on in the cabinet and other areas of the administration, there is fraud going on widespread inside the government through, it's not just Donald Trump's weird ways of throwing out information saying, oh, the war is ending tomorrow and this and that, and the Straits of Hormuz are going to be opened again, and what happens then? Then the stocks for the futures for oil go up, and then people are investing, you know what I'm saying, before it goes up because they know, and then they make some money. And this is fraud. This is insider trading, and that's what's going on. And you guys really got to stop ignoring it. I mean, unless you're one of the people that are doing it, then, more power to you. But it's not just that, you know what I'm saying? Lutnick, Bissett, Trump, Hegseth himself, they have all made money on betting on the futures. Bissett has got friends in South Africa where he is apparently sharing a lot of information. And these people there are utilizing that information to make money on the stock market in America through their information that they're getting from him. So that's just one of many. That's just one of many. There's a bunch of other ones that are doing it too. So besides that, we had Elon Musk, our first trillionaire, who was in government and was headed Doge for a while. And this guy got so much information about all American citizens that you guys do not even know what's going to happen. And I can tell you what's going to happen. But I will talk to you later about that. Right now, we are going to talk about the wasting money on pet projects. Now, Donald Trump has talked about government waste, this and that, this and that. He went and plastered his name on the Kennedy Center. What happened? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They had to take that shit down. He had to take that shit down because it was wrong. Only Congress can do that. And this guy was such a snowflake. He used the DOJ to fight against the taking off his name, taking his name off that building. And he even had him build a big ass scaffolding and even covered the scaffolding with tarp so nobody would film them taking his name off the building, even though he had to do it. You know what I'm saying? So the point is, what is he going to do next? The ballroom is in limbo. I mean, the guy comes in and tears the east wing down. I mean, when are you guys going to say it's enough? When are you going to fucking say it's enough? What would you have done if Obama had done some shit like that? Or if Biden had done some shit like that? Or if Clinton had done some shit like that? Or if Nixon had done some shit like that? I mean, Nixon got in trouble for the Watergate scandal, you know what I'm saying? And that was like a big ass deal. But let me tell you something, that shit is nothing compared to all the shit that Donald Trump has got going on. And you guys need to quit turning your heads from the situation and open your eyes. The guy is a pedophile. He is one of the Epstein class who was actively recruiting girls. Go to my homepage and you will see an FBI document, and it says in that FBI document that Donald Trump was actively recruiting girls. He even admitted that Virginia Giuffre was sent from there to Epstein's place by Ghislaine Maxwell. All right. So, and it's not just her. There was many, many more. And the truth is coming out. The Epstein survivors are on the hill, and they are making their voices heard. And I can tell you what, when push comes to shove, thank you guys for your comments. Subscribe, it doesn't cost anything, and we'll see who's right. All right. So this is waste of money, the ballroom, the arch, the UFC fight on the grounds at the White House, this whole thing that they built over there. They were over there jumping motorcycles across the lawn and stuff. I mean, this is disrespecting the presidency. This is making the presidency a clown show. It is a straight up circus at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Susie Wiles has had enough of this shit. She is trying to make her way out the back door. The poor lady's dealing with cancer, breast cancer, and I mean, she's having therapy and stuff. And I'm telling you, she is not happy about the whole clown show that is going on with the Trump administration. Hey, Leaf, thanks for tuning in and give me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. So, in regards to one of the next things, the fact that Americans are struggling. Americans are struggling, and as Americans are struggling, Donald Trump is spending $60 to $70 million taxpayer money to have this thing built in front of the White House, to put on this 250 celebration, although the celebration is not going to be much of a celebration. It's probably just going to be a Trump rally where he goes and freaking yammers for 2 hours in front of people who don't have enough sense to say, hey, you know what, this doesn't seem like a good way to use money. So, excuse me. So this is what your taxpayer dollars are being used for. And as you guys are struggling to pay for your gas, how much is gas right now? Hold on, I will get right back to you. Let me see. I gotta see it. But I mean, I saw it the other day, and it was $4.46 a gallon. So I mean, that is crazy, crazy. Okay, so I got gas prices at, ooh, man, in some states it is super high. Super high. Okay, average is 408 right now. But it's going to go up because Donald Trump claims that there's going to be some sort of a agreement with Iran. But I can tell you that what he wants or what Americans want is not what he's going to get. And they have been setting traps for the Americans over there by the Ukraine, the uranium that they have over there, and they're just waiting for the Americans to come over there and try some shit. Now, as a Republican myself, I am disgusted that the people in my party continue to back this dude, because there's no way in hell that if there was a Democrat in office doing all this shit, that we would be just accepting this stuff, right? So it's just one of many, many things that the Trump administration is doing to waste your money. You're out there paying out the ass for gas, out the ass for groceries. Our farmers are fucking paying out the ass for fertilizer. While this is all going on, Trump is cutting deals with Argentina, stabbing our American ranchers in the back, and beef prices are going down for them. So I don't foresee that Donald Trump's going to be making it very much longer. Donald Trump will be a lame duck president after the midterms, and unless he tries to find a way to steal this midterm election. And that is the problem. Because according to my sources, there are already individuals who are tasked with picking up American citizens. And it's going to be a certain point where somebody will say something, or Donald Trump will say something on a podcast or whatever, or he will enact martial law. And when that happens, these people that have been tasked with picking up American citizens, Democrats, people in the opposition, high-ranking politicians who are against Donald Trump, these people, they're not safe. They're not going to be safe. Because if it comes down to it and that happens, then there will be holy hell to pay. Holy hell to pay. All right? So, but this is one of many ways that Donald Trump is utilizing his position to encourage people to do the wrong thing, such as he does with the Republican Party. He tells them, hey, you either do what I want, or I'm going to go and find somebody to run against you. Yeah? So this is the thing that he uses. He's blackmailing Republicans. I mean, they don't even like the dude. They don't even like the dude. So even when he goes out of the room, you know what I'm saying? People are talking bad about this dude. You know what I'm saying? You guys sitting here writing all this stuff about stuff for Trump. Hey, you guys are the people that he loves. Because Donald Trump says, smart people don't like me. That's what Trump said. He said, smart people don't like me. And he said he likes people who are dumb. Yeah? So keep on going. All right? So the question is, have you had enough? When are you fucking going to get it through your head that this dude is tearing our democracy apart? So, while all this is going on and Trump is building an arch and building a UFC stage and jumping motorcycles across the White House lawn and stuff, our soldiers in the theater of war are having to eat less than delicious food. I mean, they're being fed some really crappy shit. The conscientious objection requests have skyrocketed. Morale is at a high time low, and or at an all time low. And you guys don't think about that, who are um, sitting here making these comments, trying to defend Trump, because he loves you. He loves you. Maybe he's sending you some money. I don't know. But either way, it is not a good thing. It is not a good thing because our soldiers are tasked with serving our country and the Constitution and all of the things that are involved in it. And Donald Trump is continuing to violate his oath of office in numerous ways. Numerous ways. The Epstein secrets are coming out, and the administration is pissed. The administration is pissed, and when the right stuff comes out, these individuals who are being brave enough to come forward, one even said she had a video of Trump that he would lose his whole, you know what I'm saying, everybody backing him would jump away from him. So that needs to come out. I'm calling on my Republican colleagues in the Congress to take the L. Take the L. Let the Democrats take over. Then Trump is the lame duck president. Then he can be thrown out of office, impeached, whatever, and his whole cabinet along with him. Article 2, Section 4, and I'm telling you, that's the best way that we can do it. Because if we do the 25th Amendment, then J.D. Vance ends up taking that position. And J.D. Vance, sorry to say, is just a puppet of Peter Thiel, and we do not need the tech bros running our country. But we do need somebody that has some level of moral clarity, some just a little bit of good character. You know what I'm saying? And Donald Trump has neither of those things. This is somebody who has told women reporters that they're full of shit, the quiet piggy. They talk to them really bad, really bad. If you're down for that, what if your mom was a reporter? What if your mom was working as a reporter in the White House, and this piece of shit told her some stuff like that? I mean, me as her kid, I would be fucking pissed. I would be fucking pissed for real. All right? So, but this is the piece of shit that we got in the Oval Office right now. You know what I'm saying? You guys really need to fucking understand. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. Gas prices are going to go up. All right? Inflation is already going up. Your grocery bills are going up. Either all you who are sitting here trying to defend Donald Trump are being financed by him or by some of his freaking cronies. I don't know. But everybody else is having a hard time making ends meet. All right. And it's not right. And the fact that Donald Trump comes in with his uh, crew and just starts cutting this and cutting that and cutting that and giving all of your information or our information to Elon Musk so he can use it how he wants. No, 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 no. All right. So, like I said, I'm Matt Fox. I'm sitting in Rostock, Germany. That's why you see my German flag on my logo here. And this is totally out of control news because this dude in the Oval Office is continuing to do some stupid shit. All right, let's switch gears for a split second and give it up for the Knicks. The New York Knicks, yesterday won the NBA championship. I myself LA fan, so but they have not won an LA championship in 53 years. So, more power to the Knicks. Go New York, have a good celebration, stay safe, and yeah, best of luck, you guys. Um, I just want to put that out there for them and discuss something else. So, like I said, Donald Trump went and had his uh, name put on the Kennedy Center and stuff, and now they're gonna scrape that shit off. Rightly so. But this guy is such a snowflake that he didn't want them to see him get his name scraped off the building. And so he went and had them build a big ass scaffolding to cover it with a tarp and everything else so nobody could see as they scraped his name off it. And this is a waste of money, waste of time. And everybody who knows Donald Trump was probably laughing their ass off because for him, that was very, very embarrassing. So, what is also very, very embarrassing is the type of musical performers that have told Donald Trump, you know what? We don't want to come over there and do any shows at the Kennedy Center because you ruined it. So every time Donald Trump tries to do something, you can bet there's some sort of shit in it that's for his ego. That's why he wants to put his name on the $100 bills or on the $250 bill. Get off the bullshit. Come on. Have you had enough, man? When are you guys going to fucking say this is enough, man? This dude is straight up. Hey, he needs to go. He needs to go. Check him into an old folks home for real because his medical situation also doesn't look good, being checked out by 22 doctors the other day or whatever. Come on, man. This dude has had more medical checkups than I've had in my whole life, man. Come on. So, in regards to the corruption that's going on, I mean, you guys already know that Don Jr. got a no bid contract. Or, I mean, no, his pool guys got a no bid contract for the freaking reflecting pool. He went and got contracts for Don Jr. because Don Jr. was put on the board of a freaking what you would call it, a company that put together drones. And now Eric is getting on the board with a company that is making robots, and so now they got a contract with the government. How is it that everybody was so pissed because who was this guy's name? Hunter Biden was working for a Ukrainian company for a while, And, maybe he didn't have any real experience. Maybe they just wanted to be nice to Biden. Uh, Maybe he did. I don't know. I don't know what the deal was. But how is it that everybody is so up in arms about that shit, but doesn't say anything about all the grifting and all the corruption that is going on in the Trump family? Every single one of them's got some shit going on. Jared and Ivanka Trump trying to buy an island in Albania. The Albanians are pissed. The Albanians are so freaking pissed. They're gonna they burn the freaking prime minister's house up. You know what I'm saying? That is what I'm talking about. So that's crazy. So, and not just that, you know what I'm saying? It's Don Jr. and his drone company, and Eric Trump and his robot company, and Barron Trump and his freaking $40 energy drink, and Kai Trump, Don Jr.'s kid. She's got some grifting going on as well. Every single one of them has got a grift going on. And Donald Trump is the major grifter himself. You know what I'm saying? Tennis shoes, watches, Bibles, everything. You can buy it from him. And if you're stupid and if you're taking up for Donald Trump, then go buy one of his watches and see how long that works. Man, hey, it is freaking amazing. How much is it going to take for you guys to understand that the dude is driving our country into the hole? Man, figure it out, man. Figure it fucking out. So, everybody in the world, leaders from around the world, are trying to stay quiet and stay the hell out the way from the Trump administration. This dude comes into office talking about Greenland, talking about Canada, talking about Mexico and all this shit. These are our allies, and he's freaking talking some shit about them. This is the type of shit that drives me crazy. And if I was in America, I would already be arrested. Because, see, much like the kid whose mom, working as a reporter, gets disrespected by Trump, I would not be able to hold back. I would not be able to hold back. And as I sit here in Germany and look at it from this distance, I am fucking amazed because you guys are still letting this go. You're still letting this go. Yes, yeah, I know. Yeah, I know, but I've been wearing them since 1985, Lisa. I'm sorry. That's just me. Okay. So, like I said, nations around the world, do you want me to take them off? I can take them off. I'm not high. My eyes are bothered. I wear them, all right? Okay. So, because of the fact, and because I'm old too, look, see, I'm old, bald and shit. My eyes look like shit because I got allergies a few years ago. Okay, so let's go on. I don't want to make this about me. I want to make this about the shit that's going on over there and figure it out. I want to know, have you guys had enough? What is going to be enough? Donald Trump said as he was running for president in 2016 that he could kill some guy. Uh, yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. That he could kill a guy on Fifth Avenue and everybody would still vote for him. All right. So this is the type of shit that's bothering me. That you guys continue to let this shit go. All right. Like I said, nations around the world are trying to minimize their contact with the administration because they don't want to have what do I say? They don't want to have a situation where they're in the news because they talked to Trump. They don't want to be seen to fall in line with Trump because, as I told him, the people in my podcast, that government officials from other nations ought to just leave Trump alone. Stay out the way. Because Uh, if they can do that in November when the midterms come, then he will be a lame duck president and the impeachment will begin. And hopefully that impeachment will extend to the vice president, to the secretary of state, to all the other members of the cabinet that have been grifting, stealing your tax dollars, making it harder for you, ordinary Americans, and therefore your children as well. I mean, if any of you look, this channel is for adults, all right? So if you're a kid and you're watching this, or you've got a little bit of understanding regarding current affairs or something like that, or your parents are allowing you, that's on you. Okay, I don't try to pull any kids into my podcast, but I just want you guys to know that this is some serious shit. And if you are a kid, then this stuff is going to affect you later on for real. You may think it's a joke now, but later on, it's going to be some serious stuff and it's going to hurt you bad. He and some people in the MAGA atmosphere are already talking about cutting Social Security benefits for people. They are talking about cutting Medicaid and Medicare for people who need it. And if you are dealing with some medical issues, it's going to be more expensive when you go and get some care. So do your homework, research what I'm talking about. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you. If you can show me that I'm lying to you, I will freaking eat your hat. All right. But this is the type of stuff that is going on. The world is being put in a situation where they have to just stay out of the way because you got Trump officials visiting countries like Russia, visiting other countries to deal with situations such as the Gaza-Israel situation or whatever. And Jared Kushner, he's not even in the government. He is not even in the government. And this dude is over there mediating on behalf of the American public. This is freaking crazy. And while he's doing that, Steve Witkoff is over there trying to sign deals with these Russians. And this dude is so stupid, he doesn't even realize that, hey, when push comes to shove in Russia, if you're a foreigner and they're tired of having you around or you're making too much money, then they want that money. You know what I'm saying? They want that money. And unless they're getting a kickback, then your ass is out of there. And Russia is not a great place to live. All right? You got people that are leaving Russia in droves. I mean, here in Germany, we've got a shitload of Russians over here. I don't know if they're all Russians or if they're Ukrainians. If they're Russians, I wouldn't blame them for leaving because Putin is driving that country into the hole. And the Ukrainians that came over here that are trying to get away from the war, God bless them all. But you people in America, or we people that lived in America, I used to live in America. I'm from LA. I love LA. I lived in San Antonio, Texas also. I mean, this is stuff that is unbelievable to me. Even as I sit in another country and think about my family and friends that are over there having to deal with this shit. 408 for gas. Are you freaking kidding me? It was 234, like 2 months ago or whatever. It's going to go up to 5. You guys are bullshitting. You believe that shit that Donald Trump is telling you every 2 or 3 days, talking about the Iranians want to sign a deal. They want to sign a deal. My ass. All right, change subjects. Tucker Carlson has been doing some investigations into the Butler shooting because it turns out that there was some law enforcement that was involved in sending some emails or exchanging emails with Thomas Crooks, the shooter in Butler. Now, it turns out that Crooks' body was cremated like 2 days after the freaking shooting. And it turns out that the individual that did the possible ID and what do you call that? They checked out the body before they cremated it, was an Israeli American. Now, there is some word out there that some AIPAC money was involved with possible communications with Trump administration, and that changed Trump's whole deal. So I am not so impressed with the Trump administration's story. And I tend to believe that with a little bit more investigative work by some serious reporters, that there's going to be a real truth that comes out, and that the possibility lies that the Butler assassination attempt of Donald Trump was a cover-up and also was set up with the help of the Israeli government. So I'll be staying on top of that. That's just the reporting is just coming out right now, and so I'll be looking at this further. But from what I saw on that day, it seemed just a little too convenient that all of the reporters were like pushed around from one side to the other just so they could get a shot of Trump putting his arm up and shit and holding his ear or whatever. Bullshit. That was probably some ketchup. He's got Linda McMahon in his government in the over the education department, and I'm pretty sure Linda McMahon and Donald Trump and maybe the Israeli counterparts over there probably put that shit together. It would not surprise me. It would not surprise me. All right. So this is just something that I'm looking at. I'm going to be researching this situation some more. But Tucker Carlson, he's gotten way, way more possibilities to do investigations than I do. And I'm hoping that he's going to stay on top of it and find out the real truth about what happened in Butler. All right. And I just want to ask you guys one more time. Have you had enough of Donald Trump's bullshit? That is what I want to know. MC, have you had enough of Donald Trump's bullshit? Lisa, have you had enough of Donald Trump's bullshit? Each and every one of you watching, thank you for watching. Give me a thumbs up. Freaking subscribe, please. It helps me out. And if you've had enough, then let's get it done, man. Article 2, Section 4, get this punk out of there. Because he has treated women like shit for years. And whoever this is talking bad about Lisa, stop it. That's not acceptable. That's just the type of shit that Donald Trump would do, okay? So what I'm saying is we have a nation built on freedom and respect and understanding, and we come together to get things done. And even Biden got, I mean, look, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat. But when freaking Biden pulled these people in the Congress together and said, "Look, let's do this," at least he got an infrastructure bill passed, and they're out there improving your streets and rebuilding bridges because fucking the Biden administration got that shit done. Okay, at least he got that done. So the Republicans can do some shit too, but they have to work together. The Congress has to work together. They come together and they make, it's a give and take thing. That's how government works. All right. So, but right now we got a dude in the Oval Office. He thinks that he's gonna be the king. He's gonna stay alive forever. You know what I'm saying? Thinks he's gonna stay alive forever, even though his fucking ankles are fat in a mother trucker. Even though his freaking hand has got all sorts of makeup on it because they keep on putting needles in his hand to feed him some sort of shit. Who knows? But it's not just that. The truth is going to come out, and all of you who sat there and freaking tried to back Trump's bullshit, I hope that somebody is going to call you out. All right? I hope that somebody is going to call you out about that shit, because Trump will go down. And whether it's going to be his health that's going to put him out of office, or whether it's going to be the Democrats that put him out of office, or his own party, the Republicans. Because a lot of Republicans are mad about his actions. Look what he fucking did to Marjorie Taylor Greene. Marjorie Taylor Greene signed on to the discharge petition because she is against pedophiles. And Donald Trump is one of those pedophiles. And I'm telling you, look on my homepage. It says Donald Trump was actively recruiting girls. All right. He was sending girls to Epstein even after his 2009 conviction. He was sending girls from his spa to Epstein, 2 miles away from Mar-a-Lago, to give him massages. And not just give him massages, these girls were being sexually abused. So this is unacceptable. You guys need to stop taking up for Donald Trump, saying it's okay, the shit that he did. It's not. It's not okay that he tore down half of the east wing of the White House. It's not okay that he freaking spending $60 million of your money to do the reflecting pool. It's not okay that he's cutting Medicaid and Medicare benefits for people. It's not okay that he's cutting SNAP benefits for children. It's not. Each and every one of you that are still freaking taking up for this dude, I'm hoping and praying that you will somehow see the light. But nevertheless, it's a sad situation. At least I'm sitting here in Germany. I don't have to sit over there and deal with it. Yeah, cutting benefits for illegals. No, the illegals don't take all the benefits. And number one, the illegals pay taxes, and they pay more taxes than Donald Trump pays. That's for sure. So, last point, and it's a very big point. The Trump administration and many individuals who are in the Republican Party have been taking too much money from AIPAC. And there has been a wave of people now getting into politics saying, this is not what we need to do. This is not what we need to do. We need to get away from the constant bombing of other nations just because Israel says, hey, let's go do this. And so, I know I'm not a Jew hater, and don't judge people by their color or by their where they come from. All I know is that Donald Trump is a freaking pedophile, and you guys have to continue to deal with him. So when push comes to shove, if the midterms go down without any kind of interference, and that I don't see, then Donald Trump will be impeached. Once again, he will be impeached. But this time, probably in the Senate, he will be convicted. And I'm calling on my Republican colleagues in the Senate and in the House to step away from the bullshit. Either vote against the shit that he's trying to push through, or do a no vote. Because if he continues to get any wins, he's going to continue to make it harder for American citizens that live in America. I'm in Germany. Something I no. But the fact is that you guys in America are being put in a very bad situation. And I don't foresee that it's going to get better sooner. So, as for some karma thing, the son of Donald Trump, Don Jr., his ex, is letting some information out. And she's pissed. And I foresee that there's going to be some news in the next couple of days. And I look forward to Don Jr. getting his just rewards as well. Each and every single one of them that are involved need to, Don is a cokehead. That's right. You already know. I think Marco Rubio might be doing something with him. Okay, guys, listen, not feeling very good today. Got a little bit of sore throat and stuff, so sorry about that. And like I said, I'm in Rostock, Germany. If you guys are ever in the neighborhood, hit me up. Listen, America is the greatest country on the earth, but it's not going to be around much longer if Donald Trump stays in office. And we need to find a way out of this shithole that he's got us in. All right? Okay, this is totally out of control news. I'm Matt Fox from Matt Fox on the Tube. Thank you for watching, and have a great day wherever you're at. Appreciate it, and goodbye.